One of my favorite movies growing up as a kid was Back to the Future. Hey, it's still one of my favorite movies, but I'm sure you've heard of it. In the movie, Marty McFly and Doc, they travel back in time, they travel to the future, all while realizing that the slightest change in the fabric of history could change the whole dynamics of life. What if you could go back in time and tell your younger self something? What would you say? Maybe you don't have to. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Sir Evans, and I want to share 3 lessons I learned in life, what I wish I knew in my 20s. Before we get too deep into the conversation, guys, I want to make sure that you like and subscribe to the page if you like what you're hearing. If you don't, that's perfectly fine, but if you do, help us keep the service going. Perhaps one of the most important lessons that I think we all overlook in our 20s that I want to share with you, regardless of what age you are. You might not have gotten this message through your head yet. No one can do what you can do the way that you do it. Embrace it. There are billions of people walking this earth. No one can do what you can do uniquely the way that you do it. Sometimes the biggest problem can be identifying what that is. And if that's the issue, look inside of you and think about what it is that you would do for free. What is it that you're probably doing for free that you love to do? If you don't know, I guarantee you that your closest friends, your closest family members, somebody that's near and dear to your heart can tell you in a second. The reason is a lot of the times we overlook our own greatness. We overlook our own specialties, our own uniqueness, and we overlook what makes the superpower inside of us shine through. You are unique. Regardless of what someone can do that's similar to you, no one can do what you can do the way that you can do it. Number 2, pace yourself. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and I remember when I was a kid, they used to have the races down by the lake, the Grand Prix. Now, I was always fascinated when I would see these races come to town because you would see the cars, they would come in for the pit stop, they would change, they would get the tires rotated, they would fuel up, and then they're back on the track. It was just amazing how fast all this took place. But the thing that's interesting about this, especially when we compare it to our lives, is that they're moving so fast. We live in a culture where everything is fast. Everyone wants to get rich quick, everyone wants to lose weight quick, everybody wants everything as quick as possible. But here's the thing. The faster that you move, the faster that you have to be equipped with what it takes to rejuvenate your system. Those cars need to pull into that pit stop because they're burning fuel so fast. They're burning their tires so fast. What are you burning? And how fast are you burning it? Now look, I'm all a fan of speed. I think that one of the blessings of life is that we can regulate our pace. We can go fast, slow, or medium speeds. We're not conditioned and we're not forced into going one speed in our life. So it's important as you're navigating through life to make sure that you're pacing yourself and make sure that you have the right pace for the right circumstances. Number 3, be careful what type of fuel that you put into your engine. As we're talking about our pace, as we're talking about how fast or slow we're maneuvering through life, and also as we're piggybacking off of you being uniquely you, the same fuel that works for someone else might not work for you, and the same fuel that might have worked a year ago or several years ago might not be the same for you now. For example, if you were dealing with a traumatic event and you use that energy to power you through a situation, what happens when the rain has cleared? What happens when that traumatic event has now subsided and you have established more of a sense of peace inside of you? You're being fueled by that traumatic event. You're being fueled by that fear of poverty. You're being fueled by the fear of death. Whatever it is that you're putting into your engine, you have to be sure and be mindful that this is the type of fuel that you want to implement into your vehicle for the long term. Because the wrong type of fuel over a long period of time can be detrimental to your vehicle. So be careful what type of fuel that you're putting in and be mindful of why you're putting the fuel into your car. If you like this video, be sure to like it, share it, tell a friend about it. Anyone who you know who may be in need of motivation, inspiration, and empowerment. Don't forget to subscribe. That way you're in tune with every time that we drop new material. Till the next time, salute.